What's up? So you've learned a lot about the nympho, but not enough about the nomad. So let's get to it. As you folks know, I'm a nomad, or an aspiring one. A year ago today, I would be gearing up to embark on the most amazing travel adventure of my life to date. I would spend 3 days in Rome before traveling to Florence and Tuscany, Italy, where I would teach English for 7 weeks while bouncing around between 7 other Italian cities before venturing off to dabble in the luxuries of 6 other amazing countries, including Hungary, Czech Republic, France, the Netherlands, UK, and Germany. Completely solo. The backstory here is that it wasn't supposed to be a solo trip. A good friend of mine was supposed to join me, but the night before her arrival, when we were finalizing details, she told me she wasn't coming. I was pissed. I was livid actually, and I didn't refrain from telling her, but I had 2 options. I could sit around in my pissosity and go home, or I could forgive, forget, book flights, and make it the most banging summer of my life. Guess which one I did? Now, I'm the biggest advocate for solo travel. I encourage everyone, their second cousin, and their grandma to do it. So this video is dedicated to the top reasons why you should travel solo in your lifetime throughout the course of your lifetime. So whenever I tell people that I traveled solo, their initial reaction is,
"Oh my god, weren't you scared, afraid, nervous? That's so dangerous."
Of course I was afraid. I shit my pants every step of the way, but embracing my fears helped create one of the best experiences of my entire life. Yes, you have to be on your P's and Q's and C's, be alert and cautious, but you should be doing that whether or not you're abroad. There were definitely times on my trip where I was like, oh my god, I want to go home. I messed up again. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I figured it out. And you will too, boo. Just go. There's this negative connotation that hostels are stricken with filth, mass murderers, and rapists, and I'm sure those things exist, but I can only speak to my experiences, and they were all wonderful. I met some of the most amazing people and built some of the best relationships in the hostels I stayed in. And you can meet people from all over the world, and the best part is most of them are doing the same thing you're doing. So be outgoing, ask questions, and get to know each other. And if you're smart, you could build some international accommodations, if you know what I'm saying. Naturally, I'm a very outgoing and sociable person, but traveling solo added a level of timidness for me, so I was forced to exercise my interpersonal skills. I'll never forget my first night. I was so eager to make friends with the people I was sharing a room with, but not a single one of them spoke English. I remember crawling back up to my top bunk and bawling my eyes out, wishing that I could go home and praying for someone that could literally understand me. I later ended up meeting a woman and we went out for dinner. She changed my entire outlook on not only travel, but life. After that conversation, I promised that I would never spend another day sitting around in my hostel waiting for something to happen, and that I would make it happen. Later on in my journeys, I ended up making a friend that I would travel to an additional 4 countries with. And I realized that you're so much more approachable when you're alone, and you never know who you're gonna meet. You can meet your best friend, your future spouse, your baby daddy, your baby mama, your sugar daddy. It doesn't even matter. It's just important that you go out and be friendly. Which leads me to my next point. Typically, I would spend 3 to 4 days in each country. So I would choose half to be social and half to explore on my own. Just as much as you can choose to interact with other people, you can choose to go off on your own as well. I love solitude. I crave it. Oh my god, I love it so much! I take myself out for dinner, I take myself to the movies, I take myself out for walks, and there's just something that much more romantic about doing it abroad. I felt so empowered and so multifaceted. I became an accountant, a travel agent, a food connoisseur, a bona fide linguist, and a foreign penis enthusiast. I could choose to wake up whenever I wanted, I could choose to do all the excursions I wanted, I could choose to eat whenever I wanted, and there was no one around to dictate my decisions, and I didn't have to consult any other parties that were with me because I was by myself. There was no judgment involved, absolutely none. I was free to be me. I could choose my own adventure. You don't have to please anybody but your damn self while you travel. Oh my god, I love it so much! Oh! of course I got lonely, and yes, I felt disconnected, but traveling alone provided me with the permission and time to reevaluate my relationships with people and determine if they were truly adding as opposed to subtracting. And yes, I couldn't wait to get home and share all of my experiences and testimonies with friends, but there's something special about having secrets that only you and the geographical locations you visited share. Shh. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Yeah, just shh. Hush. It's so cliche, but I learned so much about myself on the trip that I went on last summer, and I'm so sad that I'm not going again. I am such a better and changed person for the experiences I had, and I hope that everyone gets to travel on their own sometime, because it has changed my life forever. The people I've met, the cultures I've been exposed to, it was just a really life-changing experience. And yes, I know that there are restrictions for people, but why pay so much for a passport that you're not gonna use? We're not crying on this channel, okay? So let's just forget that. If you've ever traveled solo, comment below where you went, and if you haven't, comment where you're dying to go. Remember that life is too short to be lived in one place, and I'll see you all around the globe. Bye for now.